Welcome to another day of Vlogmas-ish. Thanks for hanging out. I want to start this out before I forget and say a big hello to Dale and Samantha. Thank you for being longtime marathoners, OG marathoners, if you will. I met Dale this morning at the pharmacy. He was super helpful in helping me find something, and then he was kind enough to say that he is happy to see Vlogmas-ish and that they remember the original pot saga with Jeremy years ago. So, hi Samantha, hi Dale, thank you for watching, thank you for being marathoners. I really appreciate your time and your years of investing in this channel, investing your time and your attention. That was so wonderful to say hello and meet you this morning. It's about 10 and I had my last class last night. Self high five. We are officially done the semester. I handed in my last project after that class ended, and now I just sit and wait for my marks. I do have some work to do today. I mean, I'll always and forever have my business stuff to do. But as for schoolwork, I have to do some work for my practicum, which starts in about a month. And then I'm also, I think, gonna hop on a Zoom meeting this afternoon, late afternoon, to check in with my practicum coordinator. So I thought I also would answer a few questions that I've had in comments on videos. Rather than typing in the answers, I thought I would just include them in today's vlog. Currently drinking my smoothie, which is very late, and I'm hungry. I was up at 5 and worked out. Did a 30-minute strength workout, 10 minutes of stretching, and 15 minutes of meditation. And I hit 20,000 minutes of working out on Peloton this year, which is very exciting because last year I'm pretty sure I hit the 15,000 mark, maybe 18, but I think 15. So regardless, it's a huge accomplishment. And yeah, so that was my 3 for 31. Last night, I ended up walking on my walking pad treadmill that I have right here beside me for my 3 for 31. And I walked 5K in about 45 minutes in my class. So that was cool because this professor, you don't have to have your camera on. So I just listened to the guest lecturer, who was phenomenal, and walked. So this leads me to my first question. I posted it on my Instagram, which is @redheadmare. So many DMs asking me about this walking pad. Do I like it? Do I use it? Would I recommend it? So here's the gist. Here is it. Down here, please don't fall off this. It's just a small treadmill. Doesn't have any like rail or handle or anything. It is, yeah, it's a walking pad. I got it from Walmart. I will link it below. This is not sponsored. Obviously. That's a sidebar. We're going to get a lot of sidebars today, I feel like. You are not falling. We've been through this. I cannot. Okay, what has happened here? You were just fine. Hold, please. The technical difficulties continue. Anyway, I will link it down below. I got it because it was the cheapest one I could find, had wonderful reviews. I watched reviews on YouTube and I could buy it locally, and I knew I could also return it if I didn't like it. So I kept the box for quite a while. Did we ever get rid of that box? We must have. Anyway, last year I got the standing desk, which I love because I sit at my desk so much and I get really sore, and I you know, they say sitting is the new smoking. So I didn't want to just be sitting all day. So the standing desk definitely helped and helps. I love it. I use it all the time. I have a pad you know, like an anti-fatigue mat that I put down. Love it. And then it had been months and months and months and months and months of me thinking about getting a walking pad and not justifying it because we have a treadmill in the basement. So initially I bought like something that just hooks over the screen of the treadmill so I could put my textbook or I could put an iPad, thinking I would read just walking there. But I don't have a tray. I can't write. I can't take notes. I can't type. And so then I started researching, you can get trays for your actual tread, but they're like $200-300. And this walking pad is less than $300. So I finally bit the bullet, which is a terrible phrase. I finally went for it and bought it in, I think, October. And I use it all the time. I walk very slow, like a 1 to 2 pace. Last night during class, I was walking 3, but that's because I wasn't writing and I was holding on to my desk because it's quite narrow and just safety first. So I will say it did take me a while. It felt like a new part of my brain was being activated, which was great. Took me a while to feel that coordination. The coordination was really worrisome to me, but it's great, you know, for watching videos for school, or I don't necessarily read and like write, but I do type a lot. I edit videos. I don't use it if I need a full span of my desk, and I really stretch out when I'm working, especially with school, with like textbook and citation notebook and then my notes and like all the things. But if I can just be in one place and type and use the mouse or watch something, I love it. I love it. I also love it because it is a multitask for me, so I don't have to then make time to go for a walk. It helps me get steps, because even though I work out a lot, like this morning, you know, I did all that strength, my steps are only, I have 2,700 steps. So anyway, that's the treadmill. Lots of you were asking, what were the other questions? Do I still use Headspace to meditate? No, but that's only because I use Peloton. That's the only reason. I first got the Peloton app before I got the bike, before I got the tread and all the accoutrement, to make sure that I would even like the workouts. I bought a cheaper bike, all the things, and cut to, I'm over 2 years of using it every single day. The bike, the tread, the app, all of it. But once I found that, yes, I did like the meditations and I did like the app, I just couldn't justify paying for both Peloton and Headspace. So I still 100% advocate and recommend and love Headspace. I just couldn't justify paying for both. So if you're looking for a meditation app, Headspace is my number one suggestion. It's wonderful. They have Learn to Meditate. They have all different kinds of programs. If you're grieving, if you're stressed, I think they even have ones for like addiction, all kinds of stuff. I used Headspace for years and 10 out of 10 would recommend it. I'd also recommend Peloton, obviously. Not sponsored. This is just a coincidence that I'm drinking out of this. That was my tangent when I had to turn off my camera. I was going to say, if anything's ever sponsored, you're going to know. Legally, I have to tell you, there has to be like annotations and links, and like, it's illegal for influencers, not that I'm an influencer, it's illegal for anyone online to be getting paid to talk about something and not disclose that. And it is such a pet peeve of mine, because I see very big YouTubers with millions of followers pretending like they're just talking about something, but you can tell that they're getting paid for it. That's illegal. So that's not me. Meditation. I got asked to link those containers from the fridge. Those are now linked down below. The thin containers that I put veg in. They come in a pack of 3. I found those on Amazon for you. And then I also got a question about my practicum, which goes into what I'll be doing today, is working on that. I got an email about it. So do I know where I'm going to be for practicum? I'm going to be here locally, but I was super disappointed this week to finally have to walk away from the practicum that I had been chasing for 5 months. My practicum coordinator at the university warned me that this could happen, that it has nothing to do with me. It's not like, well, I don't know. Did they see me and not want me? I have no idea. But she said it's quite common. Like, she warned me months and months ago. But yeah, it just didn't work out. And I don't know why. So that's a real bummer. So I will be doing a practicum locally, but what I'm going to do is hopefully learn and volunteer at multiple agencies so that I can be equipped to know what services are available in my town and in my area for future clients, and do some online stuff. I may be able to do something that could possibly involve some of you for my practicum, so stay tuned for that if that actually does happen. But yeah, it was a real bummer, but you know, onwards and upwards, not meant to be, and that is a-okay. That's the vibe that we're going with it. And yes, I have 3 beverages going: coffee, smoothie, and water. Yeah, I feel like it's setting me in the direction of other doors that will open for me. So it was a real bummer, but I had to finally just pivot away from it because it's December. I don't know what the day is today. What is the date? I have no idea. 7th. And technically I was supposed to have this locked down by like November 12th, and the coordinator just kept extending it for me because it was out of our control, and I wanted to have everything set before Christmas break because I want to take a break. I don't want to be stressed about it. So that's where we're at. It's going to be a multifaceted practicum for myself in which I fill 700 hours, hopefully going to different agencies around town, maybe involving you, maybe doing some more online stuff, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, a bummer, but not meant to be. I will take my heart and my knowledge elsewhere. It's wild to be doing a practicum. Also, it's wild that this has just been hanging out the whole time. This is air dried hair today. I only washed the hair, and then immediately I had to take Thomas to school. So just gonna leave it for now. I don't know. It's also toque hair because it was minus, and I could just hear my mom saying like, "You're not supposed to go out with wet hair." So I didn't. Well, I did, but I wore a toque. Anywho, that's the update. Those are the questions. And if you have more, I'll answer them in some future videos. Now let's get to work. Oh, I did it again. I'm trying some new bread this morning, which I had seen is supposed to be good. Lots of great ingredients. And then made the last one of these eggs for a little breakfast sandwich. So I sauteed some onion, mushroom, and spinach, as you can see. And then in here, you can kind of see the sandwich. Lettuce, tomato, more of that mix of spinach, and the cheese. Avocado would have been nice, but a breakfast sandwich for a treat. Because I have some more time this morning. And then the coffee. We are enjoying that creamer that I showed at the beginning of the month. Not bad for a Thursday. Yes, it's Thursday. Yesterday, last clip you saw was Wednesday. Here we are. Like I said, it is now Thursday, and today is a very one of my most beloved days. A day where I have nothing on the schedule, no one to answer to, nothing I have to do, and time alone. To be honest, I need these kinds of days. I was just watching a video and a woman described it so perfectly, I thought. She said, it's time where you do absolutely nothing, or you do what fills you up, and it's recharging your batteries. 100%. I feel that way. I have these days, I mean, working from home and making my own schedule, I have these days, I wouldn't say frequently, but even just a couple of hours a week. Another friend of mine calls them her introvert days, where she's not seeing anyone, in charge of anyone. I mean, of course, I took Thomas to school and I'll pick him up after school, obviously. But for a few hours now, I don't have anything I have to do. No schoolwork. I had a good meeting last night with the Practicum coordinator, who told me I don't have to do anything now until January 9th. So I put that binder on a shelf, which feels great. I do have client work to do, but I don't include that because I've run this business for so long. That doesn't seem to, that's not the same thing to me. And also I have a creative project for a client, which I enjoy. Like, one thing about me is I love Canva. I love working in Canva, which is like a digital design website, basically. That's how I create, you know, thumbnails for my videos, or marketing material for clients, or stuff for school. I've done actually quite a bit of work in Canva for school, which I really like. I like that creative stuff. I just get lost in it. And other things I like to do on a day like today is clean. Like the things that, you know, have been staring at me for months. Or I talked about this in a recent video, being able to, when I totally redid the pantry at the beginning of this year, I get lost in those kinds of days and activities, and they just make me feel good. I don't know if you were the same. Puttering, I call it. Just puttering. It's just so nice. I really believe in the tidy space, tidy mind, or cluttered mind, cluttered space, that sort of thing. And I need to, our place could use with a bit of a purge of stuff. I definitely need to go through Thomas's toys and probably donate 90% of them. Make way for stuff that he will graciously get at Christmas, or just stuff that he likes. And yeah, I love these kind of days. I'd love to know if you're the same, because I cannot be alone in this. Just dropped Thomas off and I went and picked up a few groceries. Stuff that, you know, I kind of have put off. Not put off, but they weren't urgent. Like powdered peanut butter and a big thing of tahini, and something for the unicorn for his work food, and nothing really of note. I just love the days where I don't have to watch the clock until it's 2:30 and I have to go pick up Thomas. Then he has therapy for 2 hours too, so come back and I don't know what I'm gonna make for dinner. Just enjoy it. Didn't work out this morning. I will do that. I'll probably just do a walk. I may even do a walk on the treadmill in the basement and watch a Christmas movie. I don't know. We need these times, these days, especially after just getting sick. I love having some me time. Things that, yes, I may have rested for what felt like weeks on end being sick, but you know how it's just different. I've been getting comments on these vlogs and in my DMs people saying that they feel the same way, either stressed about Christmas or overstimulated or just like not in the Christmas spirit. So again, this is your friendly Vlogmas-ish Mare reminder that that is totally fine, and I feel the same way. And what does it even, you don't pressure yourself. It's okay. I'm still listening to the Taylor Swift's Midnight album instead of Christmas music. Did any of you get tickets to her concert anywhere? Anyone? Because I sure didn't. And not to sound dramatic, but I don't know how I'll get over it. Didn't even get the opportunity to buy tickets. I got in that like pre-sale email thing and nope, no luck. This may be the most Canadian thing I've ever said, but I just had to come in through our side door because at my front door was the biggest deer with the biggest antler rack I've ever seen up close. And I was not about to try and scare it away because it could charge me. And you think deer are just cute? No. But luckily we have a side door, which I came through. And I don't know if I've mentioned this before, so I wanted to say something while I think of it and while we're here. I think I've talked about this before because I've had questions about it, but we have a very secure home that to keep everyone safe and to keep Thomas safe and to keep him in the house, basically so no one can leave the house without us knowing. And I've shown the locks before that we have, but I just wanted to mention another option is on the side door over here, we have a double deadbolt. So it locks on the inside and the outside. So now like I can't leave the house without that key. So if you have, which I know many of you do, kids who try to, you know, whatever, you want to feel safe, you want to make sure that they're safe and they're staying home and everyone's protected, a double deadbolt is something I'd never heard of until the unicorn, and he suggested it and it's been great. So Thomas can't get out, whether it's any time of year, because he wouldn't know like where the key is, etc. And while I'm talking about it, I'll show you the other locks that we have, which I think I've shown before. You never notice how like dirty your door is until you start filming it, but we're all friends here. So these locks go like this, and then if I try to open the front door, I can't. So, I mean, he's definitely tall enough, but he doesn't understand how to open them because they're a tiny bit finicky. I also really like them to feel safe at home. I wish I'd had these when I was living, just me and Thomas, but there you are. If you want to have some self-security, no one's getting in with those locks. Update. Oh. Here I am. Pro tip, if you are an Apple Watch user like I am, and you like to close your rings every day, I use the open workout when I clean my house because it should count. I want the recognition for that. And I spent 45 minutes or 65 minutes cleaning and tidying this morning. I'm counting that as my 3 for 31. I think that counts. So I'm going to count it. I'm not going to go on the treadmill. I'm not going to do anything. I am going to meditate at some point, but that's it. That's not it. That's what I did. That's what we're counting. And I did some client work, some computer work, made lunch, just had a salad, some tofu, some potato, which is basically the hot salad that you've known to come, you've come to know and love. And now I'm just catching up on some other people's Vlogmases. It's 10 after 1, and I don't think I'm gonna move until I have to go pick up Thomas from school. Honestly, I'm doing that thing where some of you probably can relate to this. When I relax, I don't know if it's guilt, but I start to think of everything that I could be doing or should be doing, which a marathoner, years ago at the Calgary Marathoner meetup, or masterclass, I should say, said she introduced me and the group to this thing called shoulding all over yourself. So like, I should do this, I should do that, stop shoulding. And I think about that often, and I try not to. Like I mentioned earlier, I really want to purge. There's just some things I really want to get rid of in my house, but the fatigue is real right now, and I am seeing it as productive. Rest is productive, so that's what we're doing. Yeah, that's the update. I'm gonna end the vlog here because I've edited this vlog up to now, and we're already well past 20 minutes, as you know, because you're watching this. So that's Wednesday and Thursday in a nutshell. No other plans. Oh, that I can tell you one thing as an update. We did start watching White Lotus last night. The Unicorn and I think we're on episode 4 of season 1. It's weird. How many of you are watching it? I feel like everyone's watching season 2 right now, as that's what's currently coming out, like week to week. It's weird. It's weird. Yeah. It reminds me a lot of 9 Perfect Strangers, which is also super weird. It's funny how we watch these like weird shows, and then even the Unicorn said last night, he's like, I don't know if I'd recommend this to anyone. Like, I don't think I would, but if you watched it, it's weird. It's good. Like, I love Jennifer Coolidge. I love the cast, Molly Shannon. Like, it's good, but it's weird, y'all. And obviously we'll keep watching it. Although tonight we might take a break and watch the first episode of the Harry and Meghan documentary series on Netflix, because that comes out. I'm not sure. Yeah, just fatigued. Even though I slept fine last night, just, it's the time of year, I guess. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this ragtag group of clips that have combined to make a vlog. I have enjoyed hanging out with you, and I have enjoyed filming some little bits and bites. This blanket, by the way, is amazing. I got it 4 years ago from Costco. I think it's Ralph Lauren, but it's huge. It's like a super king, California king size, probably. I love it. Like, the 3 of us could easily fit under it on the couch. Anyway, tell me how you are. Tell me how you're doing. Tell me what you're looking forward to. Tell me what you're watching. While I was tidying the house today. Usually I like to listen to an audiobook, but I'm not listening to any right now, and I didn't feel like starting a new one, so I was catching up on some podcasts, and I would show you the podcast, but I'm filming on my phone. I was listening to another episode of Race to 35, which I've been enjoying. It is a capsule podcast. I think there's 10 episodes. They're not all out yet. And it's these 2 women who are documenting their journey freezing their eggs and talking about fertility, and they have some really interesting guests on. So that's been fascinating for me to learn as a future social worker and just as a human of the world, to learn about different people's experiences. Yeah, that's what I did while I cleaned the house and put laundry away and tidied and just like wiped things that I've been wanting to, you know how it is, you know. Anyway, hope you're having a good day. Remember, life's not a sprint, it's a marathon, and I will see you in the next episode of Vlogmas-ish. Take care.